the City.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, St. Louis City SC fans. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Soul of the City, brought to you by First Touch Media. Today I have with me Milo and Jonah.
Yeah.
And we are going to be talking about our weekend game against the Houston Dynamo, coming off of a big win at home. Hopefully we can get another big win at home. It would be the third straight.
Yep. And it's funny because this is also the third week in a row that we are playing a team that is coming off of a midweek game. So that's definitely an advantage for our upcoming game. They're actually playing Vancouver, who we just beat. So it'll be interesting to see who wins that game. Maybe it'll give us a little preview of what'll happen.
Gauge.
Yeah, a little gauge of how good they are.
Little strength test.
Yeah. One thing that maybe we didn't emphasize enough on the post game of the Vancouver is that they kind of outplayed us.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So
yeah.
we'll see what happens in this Houston game, and yeah.
Well, so Houston took over 7th place in the West after we beat Vancouver, and then they play Vancouver tonight, so they're kind of fighting it out for those last few places for the playoffs. Obviously, we are in an amazing string of form, followed by a pretty horrible string of form, followed by what looks to be another great string of form. Hope that we can keep it going. We do see a lot of teams kind of having their way with us and just not putting anything in the goal, and then we end up winning, which is,
a win's a win.
A win is a win.
That's what they
Agreed.
say.
Yeah,
That is what they say. That's what I say.
Yeah, vibes merchant over there.
XV.
Yeah, XV instead of XG.
Expected vibes.
Yeah, after the weekend game, they filmed the weekend episode, and Milo seems to go after XG in every single podcast because we always have to mention it, because it seems like Apple TV is trying to push that statistic, because it's like the first one that you read off whenever they show the statistics for halftime and full time. So they're showing you what was supposed to be expected, which it is a good statistic, and at some point we can go further deep into that if people are interested into it, because I know I'm very interested in it, but Mickey over here, he is not.
It'll have to be on an episode where Mickey's not on the pod.
When he's not a part of it.
No, yeah. I mean, taken alone, it's not really that useful, but when you combine it with other stats, I think it tells a good story. But we don't have to go into it, Mickey.
It's a gateway drug to statistics.
Yeah, that's what XG is.
Yeah.
Stay away from XG, kids.
God, I love my statistics.
Yeah, injected into his veins.
Oh, yeah. So, Houston Dynamo, historically, pretty perennially winning team in the MLS. Their first two seasons were 2006 and 2007, in which they won the MLS Cup. So
First two?
Yeah, first two seasons of being a team,
That's gonna be
they
us.
won the cup. So hopefully we can replicate that. They also won the Open Cup once in 2018, and they've been the runners-up for the MLS Cup in 2011 and 2012, and the Supporters' Shield runner-up in 2008. So they never won a Supporters' Shield, but as you can see, they have a pretty winning history. I know that whenever I was tuning in to MLS games when I was younger and didn't really know what was going on in the MLS, I liked the Houston Dynamo because their jerseys were orange. And that was about all the rationale I had.
Well, to be fair to them, I think when we were young, they were kind of steamrolling people.
Very good.
And Marlon is not on the podcast today, clearly, but he was born in Houston, and he kind of grew up a Houston Dynamo fan because of how good they were when we were young.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get them on the weekend episode to spit.
Yeah, to choose once and for all.
To pick.
You have to choose.
So in terms of their recent form, as we said, they're playing a midweek game, but at the weekend they played Austin FC at home at Shell Energy Stadium. They won that game 2-1. They then played Dallas the week before that, tied 1-1, lost to Minnesota 1-0 before that, lost to Seattle 1-0 before that. So they are on kind of a poor run of form that I guess has been turned around with that Austin
Similar
victory.
to us.
Yes. We are kind of in the midst of it, and theirs is just starting, so we'll have to see where that war of wills takes people.
I mean,
do you have any standout players that you think we need to watch out for at the weekend?
Well, their top scorer is Amin Bassi. He plays on the right wing. He has 5 goals this year, most big chances created, and the most expected goals per 90. Another name, this was actually the only name that I knew like coming into this game before doing any research. Hector Herrera.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
The Mexican national team player?
Yeah, the
I've seen
legend.
a lot of him. Yeah, legend.
I mean,
Pretty
he's
old.
Yeah, he's like 37, 38 now.
Geezer.
But he was playing in Spain, I think, last year. So, and I mean, he's
For
still
Atletico.
doing good this year. He has 2 goals, 3 assists. He leads the team in average FOTMOB rating, accurate passes per 90, accurate long balls per 90, and expected assists. Another fun fact about him, he has 2 red cards. He leads the team in red cards.
Nice. Maybe our flopping will come to fruition.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Last game, there were some testy moments and some home field advantage moments. I know that you guys talked about Nerwinski at the weekend, kind of deserving one.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that Tim Parker was going to get one at one stage because he got an early yellow. We kind of fly into challenges, and maybe
We need to
both
rethink
teams-
our hot-headed center back partnership before it starts biting us in the ass.
Yeah, you could also say it's tactical, kind of like the Pep tactical foul. Maybe a little too.
Nerwinski was definitely not tactical.
No, it wasn't. But stopping the counterattack high up the field rather than allowing it to kind of continue and run at our center backs, who, in all honesty, are not the fastest players in the world.
I think TP, he's just slow.
And we got Tim Parker from Houston, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
and he also played for Vancouver.
Vancouver,
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be. I know Jake Nerwinski. He had a pretty good game against Vancouver, other than his almost red. But he stepped up. So hopefully Tim Parker will do the same against his old team.
So Hector Herrera was actually at Atletico Madrid.
Yep.
Yeah.
And his value was $5 million, and they got him on a free transfer. So that's kind of a huge pickup for MLS side.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Nah, we don't want him. He doesn't fit the
old
mold.
ass.
Yeah, he doesn't run enough, so we don't need him.
Agreed.
And plus, Texas is a lot closer to his home country than St. Louis,
Oh
Missouri.
yeah, a lot more, a lot closer.
How impactful that was in his decision-making process.
I'm sure very. I think Houston has a very large Hispanic culture, so I don't think there's much of a Hispanic culture that's going to be found in City Park.
I mean, why do you think he chose Houston over going and playing in Mexico?
Probably salaries. I'm not really sure
think?
what Mexico.
That's kinda what I was thinking, too,
Like
if the MLS
Mexican league salaries are like, but I'd assume that we have
Yeah,
more financial kind of.
We're still a
bandwidth
retirement
here.
league.
We are. He's 33, and he's like, I want to be
True.
close to family, but I still want to make some money.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Houston,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
Agreed.
Can't say I recognize any other players in their kind of starting lineup.
Yeah.
So
They do have a player, and this is actually one of their designated players. His first name is Teenage. His name's Teenage Hadebe, but he's injured. So
nice. So
hopefully-
we won't have to see what he's all about.
Are we sure his name's not Tinage?
it could be, but it's spelled like teenage. So
Something tells me
Kind of
his
hilarious.
name is not
It is
pronounced
probably
teenage.
not teenage. I would bet
Yeah.
money that it's not, but look it up. It's spelled like teenage. So that's all we got.
Fuck it, name him Teenage.
Yep.
yeah. So they only have 5 goals from open play this season.
The rest are pens?
The rest are set pieces or
okay.
pens.
Okay.
So that's kind of a promising sign. They don't really create that much for themselves, in open play, I guess. And then on the other hand, they do have 5 clean sheets. Their goalie has a 77% save percentage, and he concedes 0.9 goals per game.
That ain't good.
That ain't good.
I'll tell you that.
That's pretty
not.
damn bad.
Averaging a goal a game is not good.
Yeah.
And that does say a lot about both your defense and your goalkeeper.
But I will say the other 2 stats, 5 clean sheets and 77 save percentage,
Okay.
those are pretty good, especially considering
How do you
Berkey.
get that?
Berkey has like a 79% save percentage, which is obviously very, very good.
If you're seeing a lot of like kind of meager shots, though, you
Yeah.
can kind of get that up. So maybe their defense just isn't that good at blocking people, but
or maybe they had one game where they had they let in like 5 goals or something, and that
Yeah, that's
increased
true.
his goals per game allowed or something. But
I didn't see anything in their. They lost to New England 3-0
yeah,
back in March.
New England's good.
Yeah, New England is good.
it seems like they've kind of turned their defense around in past few games. I mean,
Yeah.
they only lost to Seattle 1-0.
And we lost to them 3-0. So there's obviously some issues going.
I think that our size kind of helps us on the end of keeping out set piece goals.
Mhm.
That's a good, like you said, that's a good sign that
Yeah.
a lot of their goals come from set pieces because we got some large.
Some big
Gentlemen.
boys.
Yeah.
Hebert and Bartlett and Tim Parker. Yeah. I'm assuming we're going to see
Nowinski's pretty big.
the same lineup. Yeah, he is a tall kind of right back. That's
Yeah.
why he's more defensive. He's never,
Mhm.
not the most athletic guy in the room. I guess we will see that same defense because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with
If
it.
it ain't broke,
Don't fix it, man. Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, it looks like Carnell was he liked what he saw in that game against KC from Hebert. So
Yeah.
he got his spot against Vancouver, and yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I would like to see him start again on the left side.
Yeah, I think he deserves it,
Yeah.
and I think we're gonna see it again. I think that hopefully he has finally embraced the "if it ain't broke, don't fix it" thing. One can only hope because the 4-2-3-1 is where we started the season, and it looked great. And then we tried a lot of different ways of getting the offense kind of rolling,
Mm-hmm.
and we've ended up back at the same place.
Yep.
Let's not have to go around the Monopoly board again to collect 200. Just
Let's
leave
stay
it the
on
same and hang out.
And not to hate on the MLS too much, but I think that the quality of the league as a whole allows you to just get your defense as solid as possible and let the top cook. Because like in other leagues, like in Europe, you got to get your defense incorporated into attack.
Correct,
You know?
because a
you're
low
not-
block or something of that
Yeah.
nature that is more coordinated than what we have in the MLS
Yeah.
is going to not allow you to do anything.
But it kind of seems like if we can get the back line just to be solid on defense, we can let the midfield and the forwards cook. And that's a good sign because, I like you said, Hebert being left in, that kind of shows more of a desire for defense than to put a left back in that would, provide. Not that
A little bit more going up.
that we had much
look-
of an attacking left back in
Right.
the beginning, but
Look, if there's an attacking wingback in the squad that isn't Pedro, it's Nelson. Like
Yeah.
Nerwinski is not
and
attacking.
he's on the bench.
Yes. So I think it's all right. I think that now that we've got Blom back in the lineup, I think that he kind of sprays the ball around and keeps things ticking along a lot better than anyone else in our midfield. Leuven is great at carrying it up, but in terms of being that kind of pivot in the midfield, like holding everything together, Blom is
That guy.
He
And
is that
transitioning
guy.
defense into offense. He's really good at turning and not losing the ball. Which is
No, you guys
awesome.
talked about him a lot at the weekend, and I thought he deserved it. Since he's been back, he's been probably the best player on the team every week. Some other people have had 2-goal shows, great performances, but I think that the solidity that he provides in the sense that we've only conceded 1 goal in 2 games since he's been back.
And that was when he was playing right back, right?
Yeah.
No. We conceded this weekend.
Yeah, he was playing right back.
Did he get moved to right back?
Yeah, we did a 5 in the back. And they
yeah,
moved him
yeah,
to
that's right.
back.
We were trying something out. I'm tripping.
I'm just gonna go out and say it. I don't want to see him there. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't care if he
He
played
won't be
there
there.
for Kaiser Chiefs. I don't care. I don't want to. He's a midfielder, and that's where he shines. And
He's
he
our best midfielder.
improves the team so much playing in the midfield that he cannot be moved to right back. Like unless Jake Nerwinski breaks his leg and Hebert also breaks his leg, that's the only option.
Or we're dogging a team.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and even then, if we're dogging a team, take him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give one of the young guys
Yeah.
a chance.
Put Miggy in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand that move, but that was the weekend, so we're.
I mean,
talking.
I guess we're experimenting. We're up, 2 goals. End of the game. You can maybe play around with a new formation towards the end. That's fine, I guess. But I don't want to see Blom starting on the right. That's for sure. I just think his talent is kind of wasted there.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
There is something to be said about, getting game reps because you can practice it all week, play your second team all week with the lineup that you're hoping to see, and then not want to try it at the weekend just because you don't think it's ready, and then because you're up 3-0 or 2-0, throw it out there, see what happens.
Mhm.
Ultimately we conceded, but Mickey scored a banger off of it, so I'd call it a win.
Our
Agreed,
concession, I think, had more to do with our center backs than anything.
Yeah, it looks like they weren't really used to playing three in the back.
Yeah,
With-
there's a
with
lot
crosses
of
coming
space
in.
between them.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was just practice.
Yeah.
They got some reps in. They saw.
Practice.
Maybe they learned from their mistakes, and it won't ever happen again.
Yeah.
That's what we hope.
Hopefully, I think we've got some good momentum going. I think this weekend's going to be insane, and Riley and I are going to go to the game after we do some interviews. And I don't know.
You have tickets? Or
Yeah, I bought Jake's tickets.
Oh, very
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
So right down there in the corner by the supporter section.
Mm-hmm. And
How many rows away is that?
It's like
It's
4 or
like- yeah.
5. Yeah, it's
Wow.
it's pretty
it's
close.
right there.
That's very good.
The only time I've ever been there, I was screaming at the substitutes for most
Did they turn
of
and look at you?
it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they
So
did.
you knew they
Not
were
nicely.
I'm kind of a local celebrity. Except for being really mean to people.
Yeah. Wouldn't call it a celebrity.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Local criminal.
Drunk. Yeah.
Publicly
Boozer.
intoxicated.
A menace to society, one might say.
Yeah.
I'll be better this time.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
That
Well,
was a
when you were-
boring ass game.
Which game was that? Was that the Minnesota game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remembered that. I remember seeing you I saw Jake, I think, during the Charlotte game,
Mhm.
and you during the Charlotte game on TV.
But in different spots.
Yeah, you were in the supporter section, and he was like in his seats going like this,
Yeah.
like bouncing his hands up and down. It was funny.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
Nice.
So if anybody watching ever wants to do an interview, Riley and I have been more consistently doing interviews before games, and it's been fun. We
And
go
after
to-
games.
And
Mhm.
after games. We'll be there before and after the game this Saturday. We start at the Schlafly gathering area with the food trucks, and if you want to see yourself on an interview, just come check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, stop by.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. It's fun to edit because I got no idea what I'm looking at. Like when I'm walking into it, and you get a lot of everything when
Riley's hard to
when you're out there.
Riley's hard to keep reeled in because he will just stray away and start talking to random people.
Oh yeah,
and I'm
like
just
during one of the videos, you guys were still recording, and he is just
yep.
gone. But yeah, we will be out there. Try to be out there at every home game. I think this is the last game of our homestand.
One more.
We got one more after this?
L.A.
Wow.
Right?
LA Galaxy?
Pretty sure.
Someone fact check this.
Yeah,
man.
I'm fact checking it as we speak. So the team is getting a lot of home games. What happens when we have like 5 away
I'm
games in a row?
scared.
I am fearful of that.
I feel like this is what happened last time. We had
No,
some.
it wasn't that many away games. We played a few just because of the U.S. Open Cup game, and it did feel like a long time. Because I know for a while there they were trying to make things as like off and on as possible. Where one week you would be at home, and then the next week you would be away, and that was something they were trying to do.
So we play Houston at home, and then Dallas we play away, but that's
the suspended game that we had
yeah,
that we have not gotten credit for yet.
and it's abandoned.
Yes.
So we do play LA Galaxy at home on the 11th.
Wow.
So a week after Saturday.
So then do we finally go? Yeah. Okay. So
We get away
Nashville.
in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're back at home.
That's not too far. We should make the trip to
That's what I
Nashville.
said.
We'll have
Maybe.
to see.
Make
See
some
how much
content.
tickets are.
Yeah. Get some interviews outside of the Nashville Stadium.
Nashville's a pretty city, and it's got a great nightlife.
Good whiskey.
Yeah. And I like country music.
Yeah. You like whiskey, but whiskey don't like you.
Yeah, no. No whiskey for me.
Yeah. So, do you guys think we'll see Klaus this weekend? I mean,
No.
we keep saying it.
I looked up Tom Timmerman's Twitter.
Yeah.
The man. He's always at the practices. So a couple updates. Nothing new on Klaus. Still not training.
Nice.
Do we have an actual prognosis of what's wrong with this man?
They're not going to say it. It's a muscular injury. When someone goes down with like no contact at all, that's like the worst kind of thing you can see in soccer, I feel like. Because if it's no contact...
It's not like you got a bruise or
right,
a knock.
Dude, I did that to my knee, and I was like not running for 10 months until I got a surgery. Like, it is not good.
And hopefully he doesn't need surgery. Please, Lord.
I think they would have determined that by now, right?
You would think so, but if it's like slowly getting better, but now he's kind of on again, off again, feeling pain in it, where it's like a daily thing. Like today, not very painful. Tomorrow, very painful. Kind of like,
and
like a lower back injury or something of that nature that's like muscular. It's tough.
And that's what Carnell said. He said he was week to week last week.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really seem like he's going to be playing anytime soon. And Tom said he's not even training, like...
Not even touching a ball?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So he's going to have to build up match fitness once he recovers from the injury. So
Gio is going to be up top for a while.
I'm cool with that.
At least 2 more weeks, at the absolute very least. But even then, I would be very surprised if he's back in 2 weeks.
I don't mind it. I think Gio is going to only get better and better at the position.
So. Agreed. I think he's our future.
I do think now is like the perfect time. I mean, obviously... No, there's no such thing as a perfect time for an injury, but we seem to have figured out our woes from when Klaus first got hurt, and it might have to do with Blom being back now.
Correct.
I think it's all Blom.
I do too, but I mean, we have it kind of figured out. Like, we're making do, we're scoring goals,
we're still finding
winning
goals.
games. So
good problems, not good problems.
Yeah.
Just problems.
I mean, obviously, we'd love to have him back.
Not bad problems, not good problems. Just
but
problems.
It could be worse. That's what I'm trying to say.
You got problems.
I got plenty of problems, and one of them is that Klaus is
out,
hurt.
For a long time, possibly.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It would take one knock, I'm sure, just to extend it even further. So sit tight and get healthy.
I know that everyone thought Celio looked a little poor this weekend. I don't think he's looked that great since getting kind of a starting role. Does it say anything about Alm?
It does. I'm glad you asked. He is training separately from the team, but only because he has an eye infection that is contagious. But he said that he should be
pink eye.
He got a stinky booty.
Booty or something.
Erasmus, you dog.
Yeah.
More like Asmus, you feel me?
I do. My guy.
But he should be with the team Thursday or Friday. So Carnell said he would be available Saturday.
Asmus Alm.
Yeah.
My boy.
So I think that's for sure a change we're going to see.
Yeah, Alm will slot
even if it's
immediately.
just like a half-to-half thing, like because of fitness, I think he will instantly slot right back into the starting lineup.
And I'm
sorry,
that
Celio.
He does.
I hope you show off your talents in all of your substitute appearances and earn that spot back. But for now, not been seeing enough.
Yep, agreed.
And guess what? We already got our man off the bench.
Ostrak.
Also, does it say anything about Nielsen?
Nope.
L.
Yeah.
Not an L, but
I mean,
I can't wait.
If there's
knew he was
anywhere
gonna
that
be-
we have good problems, it's in our defense. We have a lot of defenders that we can kind of consistently rely upon, and that's never a bad thing.
And I'm glad that John Bell got only like 2 or 3 minutes at the end of the game, but
Played in the game.
yeah, I mean, it tells me that he's putting in the work at practice, and he's, obviously shown Carnell enough that he deserves some minutes, which is more than, like, I don't know, Pedro has barely played since his cameos that he had.
Tim Parker must be just on some Captain America shit during practice, because I can't figure out what he, like, not only why he's the captain, the vice captain, but why he's consistently been the main man over Hebert even, and Hebert got subbed out for Bartlett. And I'm not trying to slander Tim Parker. I just once those good problems start coming forward, I don't want to see. I think Bartlett had a crazy good game last game.
Yep.
I think Hebert is the man, and it's going to be. It goes. Tim Parker's not above either of them for me.
Really? You don't think so? I think Tim Parker does a lot in terms of not only defensively, like, don't get me wrong, if someone is in open space running at Tim Parker, I am, like, on my knees praying to whatever gods are out there because it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
But Tim Parker is great at winning headers, great at making a last-ditch tackle, great at blocking shots. He is
Passionate,
very dependent.
physical.
Yes, and he is, Berkey looks like a sad puppy. Tim Parker looks like a man that runs a farm and is going to, like, kill me
Shoot
if I don't.
the sad puppy.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Not Berkey, but like, in the metaphor.
Metaphorically,
What's going on behind the scenes?
our sadness on the pitch if we're losing a game, Tim Parker is going to yell at people and tell them to do their job and make sure it happens. And I think that's very valuable. He's not going to be like a mainstay in our team past probably this year or next year because of his age. Center backs can make it a lot further than that, but I think that once we see a Nielsen, if he is kind of up to the standard that we think he is, he will be the guy partnered with him, and that'll kind of be our defense from here on out.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Parker is necessarily the best defender on the team, like you said, Mickey, but I do think that, like, his leadership qualities, like, you can't really see it every game, but, like, that's what's winning him his spot on the team. And, like, the way that he stands up for his teammates, like, to the ref, to other players, like, to the fans.
Dude, if I, like, flicked Nerwinski's ear, I feel like I'd get, like, a cheap shot punch right in the face from Tim Parker.
I don't feel like I equate that with leadership.
The vibe merchant doesn't like the vibes that he's bringing.
A passion merchant.
I'm saying.
I don't think that's leadership. I think that's passion. They're not.
Who
one
on the
and
team
same.
is as passionate as Tim Parker? Tell me.
Nobody.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he's a good leader. I mean,
sure seems like it because he's a vice captain.
Agreed. I agree.
And he keeps playing.
He was the captain at Houston before he left.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe I'm
Take that.
dead wrong. I just don't.
It's kind of hard to, like, really tell, like, when you're not on the field, like, just watching from TV or even from the stands. I mean, we don't know what he's saying.
Like,
Dude,
if
when
we're down on our dumps, down in the dumps, like, and I just started screaming at you, that doesn't make me a leader. It doesn't mean you're going to be like, oh, he's screaming at me. Time to play better.
Yeah, but he probably knows how to motivate his teammates,
Yeah.
like, and cater it to how they need to be motivated. Like,
All I know is
if he was your teammate, maybe he would, like, gently,
gently
soothe
caress
I don't
you.
know what's going on here, but
So Tim Parker was in Vancouver for 3 years, and that guy that we interviewed outside of the Schlafly Tap Room, the Vancouver fan, you'll see it in the video when it comes
check out
out.
the
Everyone,
interview.
he said that it was a really, really sad day. Like we were talking about Jake Nerwinski, and he, like, went out of his way to mention, like, I was really, really sad when we lost Tim Parker.
Nice.
That was one of my favorite players. And obviously he went to New York Red Bulls, stayed there for another 3 years, then went to Houston and only stayed there for like a year. So they didn't think he was up to snuff. But he looks like the guy that can lead our team because I don't see those leadership qualities coming from anywhere else on the field. Gio, kind of a crybaby.
Yeah. Leuven, kind of.
Leuven,
I think
kind of a
Berkey
crybaby.
deserves a shout.
Berkey
for sure.
He's our
leader.
captain.
Mhm.
Right.
And there's a reason he's the
Right,
other vice
right,
captain.
right.
But I think that Hebert and Bartlett are a little too young for that. They're not, going to yell at people that are
Fair.
5-6 years older than them.
Okay, I concede. I'm a moron.
We already knew that.
Thank you very much.
Heard it here first. You can clip that, Ian. Make a short form.
I will.
An idiot.
Don't you worry about it. That's going to be a staple in our content from here for years to come.
Yeah.
Anything
God,
else?
why did I do that?
Anything else today, boys?
Maniacal laughing. No, I have nothing else to add.
Got it.
I just think that those interviews, I want some fans. If we got fans listening that want to be interviewed, come check it out.
Dude, if you think you know ball,
Yeah.
soon enough
Prove it.
we're gonna be doing
Yeah.
some trivia. We're gonna be
So-
offering like a cash prize for some trivia.
We're trying to come up with some T-shirt designs that so that when we give a prize, it's not a $50 hoodie, but something nice to create, and hopefully we can have some new merch coming out at some point. I think we've been a little stale on the merch aspect, and also stickers. If you're in the area in the stadium, we got some nice stickers you can throw on your water bottles, on your phones, on your laptop, just to show up, show out. This one, if you can even see
Probably cannot see that,
they're pretty
but that's okay.
goddamn small, but we'll give them out for free, so it's worth it.
If it's free, it's me.
Yeah, absolutely. Other than that, just keep an eye out for us, and see you Sunday. Let's go City.
Thank you for tuning in.
3 in a row.
Yeah, 3 dubs in a row.
Absolutely.
Thank
See
you for tuning
next time.
in. See you on Sunday. Thank you for watching this episode of Soul of the City, brought to you by First Touch Media and Anchor FM. Make sure to check us out on YouTube at First Touch Media, and all of our socials are at First Touch 314. Thank you for watching.